I always knew how important it was to know what your values and everything that you liked to know about yourself, how important that actually was. However, I did not know how important that was when it came to getting a job and adding that to your resume and cover letter and thank you letter. After this class, I understand a lot more about how to position myself personally to make myself look even more qualified than others that maybe actually have better qualifications, but because of the way I positioned myself and the way that I value certain things, that helps me in the future with actual importance. Um, Before this class, I've heard of like the 30-second sales pitch to someone, but I never actually understood what it meant. I just thought it was like you basically summed up your life in 30 seconds, but it is a lot more complex and a lot easier actually, and way more important than I ever thought because there are so many people that you meet, and it is super important to have a good elevator pitch because if you have that, first impressions go so far. And that is something that I need to work on even more than this class already prepared me for. It's also very important to know what your plan is and the steps to reach them. Having a brain strategy is really important because it helps you achieve that. It's really simple to do. And after this class, I feel like it helped me a lot because I really didn't know what a brain strategy was or even what my personal brain was before this. But after, dissecting it, it came clear to me what my strategy will be going forward. Um, and getting to the right niche is super important because your ecosystem and your work life is very important. Obviously, you want to be happy with whatever you do in life. And if you get into the wrong ecosystem, that throws your life off, your work life off. It can throw your uh, workers and employees or employers off. And even if you're the most qualified person in the world, if the ecosystem isn't right, then it's never going to work. So that is one thing that people need to understand, and that maybe I didn't, was that maybe sometimes a job sounds great, but maybe the actual like physical job itself is not. And then the action plan is the most important because it sums up the other four steps that you already have, and it basically has its own plan in itself, but it sums up everything. So if your first four steps are not very good, then your plan isn't going to be very good. And because it's the most important, that is not something that you have to surrender to. Um, my first four steps I feel pretty confident with, which then makes me confident with my action plan. It taught me a lot, especially with communication and asking the right questions and knowing how to get involved properly and professionally. And overall, this book has helped me a lot. Um, and kind of on a side note here, uh, I love this class, and it helped me prepare for actual real world scenarios more than probably any other class I've taken that they should teach us in high school to kids that don't go to college and things like that. So I just want to say thank you, and this really helped me a lot this semester.